Thousands are now in North Dakota fighting against this corporate desecration. And the arrest of journalists is a very scary development in our country.
This has really set an unprecedented attack on journalism and journalists. And if we actually look at the broader context here, since the Obama administration has taken office, there has been an unprecedented war against journalists and whistleblowers. And so since the Obama administration has taken office, we have basically entered this new era of censorship. And that's what the broader picture of these arrests and attacks on journalists and journalism in the first place. The whole reason journalism is a cornerstone of our democracy is because, you know, journalism acts as a voice to the silenced majority and sometimes a silenced minority. And here we are at the Standing Rock protests, where we see the continued genocide of the Native people in North Dakota who are standing up against the big oil companies and the security firms that they've hired. And, you know, let it behold, we have these independent journalists like Amy Goodman and those from Unicorn Riot who are providing coverage that the media has been censoring since these protests have begun. So if it weren't for these journalists to provide us these images of these riot police attacking protesters, these dogs literally having blood dripping from their mouths from biting into the flesh of protesters, we would probably not know about what was going on and the struggle of these people.
Got money from those big corporations. So what we got is a government of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations.
Each day is found.
George Washington said, government is not reason, it is not persuasion, it is force. Like fire, it is a treacherous servant and a dangerous master. A government of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations.
Each day is found.
Faced a lot of suppression within the media as we, you know, tackle underreported issues, especially war coverage when it comes to the war against ISIS, the war against terror, and the continued wars across the Middle East. And so, you know, our newsroom has come under organized smear campaigns and attacks to suppress and censor our coverage that challenge these narratives. There definitely is an attack on journalists, and, you know, as I was saying with the unprecedented war on journalists, the Obama administration has arrested and prosecuted more whistleblowers and journalists than any other administration in U.S. history.
It's found.
And I think any contemplation of political history will show that government seldom remains a treacherous servant. It very rapidly becomes a dangerous master. John Adams said, power wherever invested, whether in a single monarch, an oligarchy, or the majority of a democratic parliament, is always despotic, arbitrary, diabolical, and in every respect dangerous.
These attacks and these arrests, even though the charges were dropped from Amy Goodman, this really sent a chilling effect across the journalism sphere, because we know what these messages are about. The fact that she was even charged in the first place, the fact that a lot of these journalists right now are facing prosecution, is a message to silence these reporters. It's, you know, a killing of the messenger kind of statement. And it all goes back to that new era of censorship that I mentioned that the Obama administration has entered. And so that's really what it's about, is it's sending a message to censor these journalists, to intimidate them so that the stories of the Native people at Standing Rock will not be heard across the sphere. And if their message is heard, you better believe that the majority of people will stand with them. And that's why they're being smeared and attacked and prosecuted.
Government of the corporations, by the corporations, for the corporations. And Lincoln's dream of a government of the people, by the people, for it is a noble dream, and I'd love to see it realized. But we don't have anything remotely like that. When the people can't even make their own laws through the initiative process anymore, the last straw of democracy has been destroyed.